I would say a moment like that hit me. The first time I can remember was in Pakistan. Believe it or not, when I had spent that about a 2-year period, the first year of just drifting around, not doing anything, and then the second year of just reading here and there about Islam. But it really hit me when I went to the masjid across from my husband's home, and I was sitting in the middle of the floor with all of his family and the imam. And at that time, I still remember the imam. I felt sorry for him, but he could not speak any English, so they were translating for me. When my husband, or I believe my father-in-law, asked me, "You're going to convert to Islam today. Is this what you want to do?" And I had like this moment where I just sat there, and it was, I can't explain it, but it was like some sort of light was there. It was, it's like a moment you have. And I knew when he asked me that question that this is right. This is when I took my Shahada, and I knew for just a moment, this is it. This is what I went through and where Allah has led me to this point of converting. To come all the way to Pakistan just to convert to Islam. But that was the moment when I knew, when I sat there and took Shahada, and I looked around at everyone that was sitting there, my in-laws that I had met for the first time, and so many things were happening, and no one had ever met me, so, and everyone was so kind to me, which was a true blessing to go there as a stranger.
Your parents were there with you in Pakistan when you first took Shahada?
No, none of my family went.
Okay.
And believe it or not, they were very concerned about me going there because they knew nothing about the culture there. The religion they were very unfamiliar with. And they were just worried about me going that far away and not knowing anyone. So they were not with me, just my in-laws and my sister-in-laws.
Okay, absolutely. I'm going to ask you to, as we wrap this up, look into your crystal ball here for a moment. How do you think Islam will look 20 years from now in the United States, or perhaps when your children are ready to marry? How do you think Islam will appear, ethnically speaking or population-wise, however you want to map it out for me?
That is a question that, is not up to me to even think about something like that or to decide. We don't have no idea, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He plans for us. No one knows that. It could go either way. Who really knows? No one knows but Allah. Things could get better. There could be a new generation coming up, and if there's a lot of prophecies that talk about Islam becoming the dominant faith, because more and more people will realize that it's the truth and will convert. So we have hadiths and prophecies, to read upon and to reflect. That's what I go by. Any sort of prophecy from any of the prophets I believe is the truth. So that's what I look at. Hopefully that it will grow and it'll be for all over the world, not just one ethnic group, but for everyone, and maybe more and more, maybe more than any other country. We don't know.
That's right.
We don't know.
Absolutely. It's incumbent upon Muslims to learn and to acquire knowledge. I'm sure you've been very busy reading since becoming a Muslim. Might you share some books with our audience this evening, or some books that have impressed you, or any particular author that a Muslim, or rather a person thinking of becoming a Muslim, might investigate and read?
Oh, the books that I have are from Pakistan, and I feel very bad that the names, I did not write it down. I feel very bad about that. I want to say Zakaria, it's one of the scholars from Pakistan, and I believe the two books that I have are, if I'm not mistaken, they're very old. Maybe they're 150, 200 years back. I think so, what I'm reading. And I had brought a book with me. One was How to Say Your Prayers. It is here, this one. If I can get it. This one by Maulana Muhtarim Fahim Usami. Islamic. This is the book that I've had since the day I took my Shahada from Pakistan. And this taught me all of my prayers. There were no pictures in here how to pray. So I can tell you that I had to ask a lot of questions and keep my prayer book on a pillow on the floor to learn how to pray.
You mentioned the Quran in our chat this afternoon. Was it difficult for you to understand the Quran?
To be honest with you, I understood the Quran clearer than I think any book I have ever read. And I had spoke before about this, that when I was reading the Holy Quran, it took me about a year or more to read the whole Quran, because every time I read it, it really absorbed. It absorbed in my heart, my mind, and it stayed with me. But everything I read, either I questioned it, thought about it, it made sense. It was like an inspiration to keep going, keep reading. But it's one of the easiest and one of the most beautiful books I have ever read. There's no doubt about that.
Well, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yes, definitely.
Michelle, I want to thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your concerns with us this afternoon. I want to wish you the best and hope Allah blesses us all and lifts the veil of darkness from our lives and helps us to understand Islam as best we can. Here this afternoon with Michelle Ashfaq, and we are with the Carolina Muslims. My name is Ahmad Shakur. Assalamu alaikum.